Hi guys. So you get to see this mug today, which is not always the most pleasant thing to stare at, so I apologize, but we're doing a new cake style. We've done them before. It's a chocolate wrap is what we're gonna do today, but I did one a while ago with like a standard chocolate transfer sheet, and it's such a cool technique, but nobody's making really beautiful chocolate transfers, and so I designed a few. So this is very exciting. This is brand new. I'm putting a piece of paper behind it so you can see. This is our floral garden. Isn't that just sick and wrong? So pretty. And then I've got other ones like basic stripes, so you can get a horizontal stripe really easily. This one, oh god, this one's super pretty. So, and they're clear, you know, they're clear, so the background is going to be whatever color chocolate you choose. Which brings me to this one, which I will do another video for later, if you can see. So so like if the frosting were pink, it would be pink. I'm sorry, the chocolate, not the frosting, the chocolate. So we're going to use chocolate coating because I'm a cheater and I don't like to temper chocolate. It's not my thing. I've got other new designs. This one, we're gonna do some tile. Look at that, dude, like so much detail in one. I'm telling you. So anyway, we're gonna be doing some more videos coming up soon. I think I'm gonna do some tile cookies and stuff too. But for now, I wanted to start with my favorite one because I'm like I'm smitten with this. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna frost up a buttercream cake, and then I'm gonna cover the back of that with some bright white coating, and we're gonna wrap it and see what happens. This has been sitting here the whole time I've been yapping, so I'm sure the buttercream is already crusted, and that'll be fun to see what happens. But I have heard from many of you that you watch mainly for my screw-ups because it's so damn entertaining. So I'm a lefty. It would look prettier if I was a righty, but oh well. And this is my frostinator. What I usually do when I do my frostinator is I go once around. Yeah, it's a little crusty. It's easier if you do it before you start dabbing. I go once around to see kind of like where I'm at with my frosting. And as you can see, it's bottom heavy. Can you see that? So it means I'm gonna add a little bit more to the top. This is especially important to use something like a frostinator or icing plates if you use those with this, because if it's frosted wonky, your sheets aren't gonna like line up right. So I just use the frostinator because I'm lazy, and I think this is way easier than doing the plate technique, which is also really cool. And if you're well versed at the plate technique and you want it, you know, then hey, I'm not knocking it. It's cool. I sell the plates. I sell the because they're neat and they work. But when I just want to whip up a quick cake, this is like way less steps. So I'm just gonna give this baby a spin without the top down. And that gets us pretty close. And then we can just see like, oh, there's an air bubble there we need to get. And it doesn't need to be perfect because I'm covering this entire thing with a band of chocolate. So I'm not gonna hit it with little roly because it doesn't need to. Maybe I'll hit the top with little roly, but the sides, I mean, this does not need to be pretty. This just needs to be a coating of frosting for me to stick my chocolate transfers to. So we're close enough now that I'm gonna drop this down to about the height that I want the cake to be, which is about there. And I'm also gonna heat it up real quick. Let's make sure it's hitting this. Yeah, it's hitting all the way around. See, there's a little spot there that dips. I'll pop that on there too. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna run this under some hot water real quick because that makes it go even slicker. So, be right back. You can still see me. Running under hot water. Watching squirrels. So I just got a little paper towel, wipe that off. And now it just kind of like melts that buttercream. And I'm using my pure butter buttercream recipe with a little bit of wickedly white. The recipe is on the back of the wickedly white. And it is also on the landing page for wickedly white. So if you don't need white frosting, you can still use my American buttercream. It is very simple. It's 2 pounds of powdered sugar for every pound of butter, a little bit of milk until it feels like right. And are yummy as hell, which is indeed yummy as hell. Let's see. I'm actually tickled about that. People have like really come around to the yummy as hell because I can't really describe it, but anybody that's tried it has like gone nuts about it. We're selling it by the gallon now. That's a little mental. Okay, so like this. Fine, good enough, love it. If I was doing it for a, for a cake that I was gonna leave the buttercream showing, I would hit it with little roly, but I'm not, so I don't have to. But I will get the top, because I think the top isn't gonna be covered. So I'm gonna take a little bit of cornstarch and a little roly. Now, I have had most people adore the little roly, and every once in a while I get a comment on social media from somebody who's like, it didn't work, took the frosting off my cake. Make sure you're rolling it in cornstarch, A. B, make sure it spins smoothly. It should completely be loosey-goosey like this. If it's not, you may have gotten one that's not fitting on here properly, and just email us. I'll send you a new handle, because some of the handles might not be perfect, and we will take care of you. And then just light, barely, and this just erases little air bubbles, little knife marks, and I'm gonna be piping on the edge of this, so I don't need to go right to the edge, but that gives you the idea. I'll give you a better, here, look, okay, I don't know if you can see it from this angle. Can you see that? Where I lifted the frostinator, and now it's gone. So it's pretty cool. This is like one of my favorite. That's one of my favorites. My friend Carmen showed me that when I first started decorating, and then we had them produced out of food safe stuff. Okay, so this is gonna go in the fridge. Just until the buttercream sets up, which is probably around 10 minutes. If you're in a real hurry, you can throw it in the freezer. I don't care. It doesn't care, it's okay. It's a cake. It doesn't have feelings yet. It has feelings after it's decorated. Right now it's in the amoeba stage of cake. So I'm gonna throw this in the fridge, and then we're gonna melt some chocolate, and I will be right back. Okay, we're back. So this cake has been set in the fridge, and if you're using my buttercream recipe or any crusting buttercream, it's nice and crusted now. It's especially nice if you use pure butter buttercream, recipes on the site, because then in the fridge it gets like a rock, which is nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna measure the circumference of this so I know what to cut my chocolate sheets to. And so this is, comes out to 19, almost. It's like 1/16 shy of 19 3/4. But there's gonna be some thickness from the chocolate, so we need to like take that into account. So I usually add like about 1/4 inch, and if there's an overlap, it's not a huge deal, because like put some flowers there or something. It's no big deal, but it is a big deal if there's a gap. So I would just say this is roughly 19 3/4. I'm gonna make it 20 inches. I'm just gonna set this aside, and then this is the most important thing, and I've screwed it up so many times. You have to feel where the cocoa butter is on here. It's kind of like matte, and you can feel the raised print, not the super shiny side. So this is the side that you want to spread the chocolate coating on, the one that you can feel the texture. I have done this a million times, and it always is an enormous suck when you peel it off and it's just a white chocolate band. Okay, so I'm gonna cut, I need more than one band, more than one sheet to make this band. If I did a shorter cake, a lot of times if I do like a roughly 5-inch cake, I can cut this in half and get one cake out of one sheet. So if you don't do massively tall cakes, if you do one that's like 4 3/4, these are 9 3/4. And so if you do one that's like between 4, 4.5, 4 3/4, you can get one full cake out of one full sheet. But I wanted this to be tall because I can't wait to see what this pattern looks like. I haven't tried it yet. So we're gonna tape them together. And so there's a little border. I've cut the bottom border off. It should be a seamless pattern, which is really cool, I think. I don't know, maybe it's not. That looks kind of seamless. So what I'm gonna do is we have to tape these together. So we have, oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, oh, it's seamless. Kick ass. So I have to cut off the edge here as well. So, can you guys see where I'm cutting? That's pretty good. Don't cut directly on your counters like I do. That's a really bad thing to do. But I'm kind of lazy, so I'll just push lightly. Okay, so we just get rid of this. And then we're gonna take this, we're gonna line it up to this guy so that they overlap, so that this one hits exactly, can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if that's, it's gonna hit exactly where it needs to be, but I can tape it on the back side. So I've got that little lip of extra to tape on the back side. So I'm lining them up until they match, and they match. And then I'm just gonna tape this with just regular Scotch tape. And I like to have that little overlap on the back. Otherwise, if you have them butt to butt, you'll get a little bit of a seam in there. It's barely visible, but that bugs me. All right, so I'm taping this all together. And then on the front end, I'm gonna just tape up here above. Well, not yet, because we don't have the height of the cake. Okay, so the height of the cake. This sucker is 6.5. I'm gonna add 1/4 inch because it looks really cool when there's a rim above it. And it's like, take credit, man, you did a chocolate transfer. Like, dude, show it off. So yeah, I'm gonna do 6 3/4 tall. And so I'm gonna flip this over so the good side is down, so that I'm not risking putting marker on my pretties. Okay. So first things first, I'm gonna cut the length, so get out of my way. And I already forgot what I said it was. 20 inches, is that what I said, Goo? He wasn't paying attention either. Yeah, it needs to be 20 inches long. So we're gonna start with this. Measure twice, cut once. Okay. 20. Okay, so I'm doing Sharpie, but this is on the back side. So I cannot, it's nice and smooth. 20 inches. If you do a 5-inch cake, typically, I think you can get it out of one sheet, which is kind of nice. Right there. Okay, so put this off so we're not dealing with all this extra stuff. You still see me? I'm also going to use this I'm gonna use this because it's a right triangle. And that never hurts either. To get a double check as to whether or not your measurements are working. Okay. I know, riveting. Okay. Okay. And then you have extras, so you can do anything with this. You can like pop it out if you put a piece of paper behind it, and then use our 2-inch paper cutter. You can put them in the bottom of Oreo molds, and it'll transfer and do that, and you'll have matching Oreos, or you could do it, cut the pieces and do it as cookies, anything you want. Okay, so then this is gonna go around that. Let's see. I'm gonna cut this part off too. Now we'll do our height, which I forgot again. Should probably see a doctor about that. This is, okay, 6.5, so I'm gonna do 6 3/4. And we're gonna mark it again on the crappy side. Okay, so 6 3/4 here. You can hear huffing in the background. It's my boys. They're having sunshine. Oh, and they're going out on the deck. It's one of the first days that feels like spring in Minnesota, although I'm not stupid enough to think it is spring. We'll still get snow. But the guys just come down here, Charlie and Skip come down here, and they just like lay in the sun until they can't move because they're huffing so much. It's very cute. Okay, so now I'm just gonna trim this. This is very boring to watch, I apologize. But it's fine. So I'm gonna stop here and make sure we lined up with this. And then we're gonna have a perfect, hopefully perfect. Again, make cookies. You can do all sorts of stuff with this. Okay, so now I have this. I'm gonna double check, make sure that this is gonna fit around my cake. If it doesn't, you're gonna see a grown woman cry. So you can see, even with that, I got that extra 1/4 inch, it's like barely meeting. So I might be in a little bit of trouble. There might be a slight gap back there. So go a little more, go 3/8 of an inch. But we'll see how this works. So this was just a 1/4 inch more than the diameter of the cake. I'm gonna say go 3/8 to be safe, but we'll see how it works. Because it's the back of the cake, like, or you can put like some flowers there or something. This is bright white chocolate coating. You can get it on my site. It does not need to be tempered, and it is bright white, not the yellowy. So you can see the color here versus that's standard white chocolate color. I like the bright white for this. You can tint the color too. You could have any color behind here that you'd like. That's kind of the magic of it. And then I just have this guy, and we're gonna let her rip. No going back now, right? Okay. All right, so we just, don't do that. That was not pleasant. All right, okay. I'm just gonna use this to get it kind of like roughly where I need it. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just getting over the edge of this and trying to make it all roughly the same thickness. Doesn't need to be perfect, thank God, or I couldn't do it. So that's what we got. And now that's gonna be setting up because my counter is a little bit cool. So this is where it takes a little bit of feel. Just gotta find it under there. And then once it's not shiny anymore, that's usually when it's time to move it. And it's going fast on this counter. So let's see if I can get under here. There it is. There it is. Okay, yeah, it is no longer shiny, so I'm going. That's how long it took. Okay. Get this over here. We're just gonna plop this right on here and let's see what we got, kids. I should have a fondant smoother, but I don't. So we're just gonna push this on with our hands. Can you see it? Are you in there? Okay. And then this is gonna, it's gonna line up pretty good, guys. Yeah, that's lining up pretty slick. Okay. So there it is. That's not a bad little gap, little friends. I am a happy girl. Okay, so that's about right. So you can see it's already starting to stand up by itself. Oh, look at Magical Fairy brought me a fondant smoother. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Let it start, let it set up. That's the key. You could let this set up at room temp. That would be fine. But you're gonna run the risk of the chocolate transfer pattern not coming off on the chocolate. It needs to be, when you peel this acetate back off, it needs to be cold. So throw it in the fridge, and I'll be right back. Can you feel the excitement? It's in the fridge. We're gonna take it out. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So I'm gonna go around here. This is kind of a little trick. So there is a slight gap there, right? So I'm just gonna take a little tiny bit of buttercream. And before I take the paper off, the acetate that the chocolate transfer sheet was printed on, I'm gonna just fill in here. So it won't dull our chocolate because the acetate is blocking that. And then it won't have a gap. It'll just have a little white spot. So now you can't see any gap in there. I got you. Okay. And then this is kind of the trickiest part, is trying to get, I'm gonna grab my X-Acto. Where's my X-Acto? Okay. Trying to figure out where the, where the acetate begins. There it is, it's right there. Okay, there. Okay, so can you read that? So that's, and then this is where our gap was, where we taped it together, so it wants to stick there a little bit. And so I'm just gonna let this come off, and then we're gonna find the next opening. Wow, dang, you really can't, it's so shiny because you're putting chocolate on acetate that I can't tell the difference of what came off and what didn't. So I'm gonna start back at the seam again. Thank God we have a seam. I wouldn't be able to find it. Let's see, are you in there, little friend? Okay, there. So, okay, so then this comes off. And man, you should see it in it's like, it's so shiny, people aren't gonna believe this is real. It's like mental how shiny that is. Oh, it's so pretty, it's so pretty. Okay, and delicious. I made these for our Christmas party this year. I did it with the little snowmen, and it's, oh my God, it's got like a white chocolate shell. I mean, how much more delicious can that be? So I'm just gonna pipe a little, maybe just a little rope border so that we can like kind of accentuate the fact that this is like above, that there's things going on under it. So, because you know, you got to show off a little bit if you can. So, okay. And then we're and then, I mean, it's basically done, right? So, cake, finito. But, I think it'd be cool to do an edible ribbon bow around this sucker. Because I love my edible ribbon. I think it's magical. There. Okay. I'm just gonna pat that down. So where's the front? There. Ooh. Magical. Okay. There's our guy. There's our girl. She is a knockout. Oh, that was so easy. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, so you could stop there if you wanted to. Most normal humans would, but I am kind of in love with our edible ribbon. If you haven't tried it, everyone, every single person that's bought this has like lost their mind. There's nothing it can't do, except your taxes. Yeah, gold, that's gold. Anyway, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of, this is my go-to if I'm like feeling a little lazy, is I'll use the edible ribbon because I don't really have to do anything. I don't have to roll it out. I don't have to, you know. So I'm just gonna try and get this icing off my hands. And then we're just gonna do it so that it goes around the cake. And I think I might make a little bow. But see, this is super pearly, shiny. So, okay, so it ends here. Okay. And so I'm just gonna do a little bit of our edible glue. Set this baby over there. You can see, sort of, kind of, can you see what I'm doing? Okay, edible glue. Comes out a little fast, so just do a little zoom down there. I don't even know if I have a paintbrush at the ready. Yes, there we go. Sort of. That's a flat one. Oh, this will do. You really don't necessarily need to do this, but I used kind of a lot, so I kind of want to chill it out a little bit. Okay, so I'm deliberately gonna put the seam on the front because I think I wanna do a little bow on it. And this is gonna be probably the hardest thing, is to just make it even. It would be easier to do it around the bottom. Oh, it might be cute around the bottom. What do you think? Goo, should we do it around the bottom or should we do it in the middle?
That's above my pay grade.
It'd be really cute on the bottom. And then you can see more of the pretty.
I would do bottom.
Yeah,
you want to cover up.
I know, it's so pretty, right? So, yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna...
Hey, also, while we're talking, did you wash your hands? I'm just curious.
No, I haven't washed my hands in years. You are awesome. Okay, so let's see if I can get this on here. There we go. Yeah, that edible glue works. It's very sticky. It is, how you would say, wicked sticky. So we're just gonna go around here. That ribbon stretched a little. Oh, that's cute. Okay. And then let's see, where's my back? My back is here. My front is, oh, I did pretty good. Okay. And then we'll just make a little. I just want to make a little sassy bow. Okay, wait. I think I can do it up on here so you can see better what's going on. You don't need to see my mug anymore. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I want the tails to be here. So I'm just gonna do, is this focusing? Can you see that? Okay, was that focused? Okay.
A lot of hand.
It's a lot of hand. So I'm just gonna cut a V. And then we get that. And plunk it on here. Okay. More glue. I'm gonna leave the edges flappy though. This stuff's cool. It'll stay set up in the fridge for you. But it stays soft, which is really cool. Like it doesn't turn into like a wimp in the fridge, but it's hard to explain. It like never really gets crunchy. So it acts like ribbon. There. Almost as though it were, say, I don't know, an edible ribbon. Okay. Cute. Mega cute. And then we're gonna do a bow. Bow. Hello. It's a little too floppy. This is like a total like little Chanel bow, and it's super easy to make. Still too big. So you just make a ring like that. Okay. Put a little glue on here. I'm gonna put a lot of glue on there. Take some off. And then a little glue right in the center. So just stick that there. Can you see my hands are starting to shake, guys? You know what that means? Running out of coffee. No coffee, no baking. And then this is gonna go here. I apologize about my shaky hands. Do a little more glue. Isn't that adorable? It's like the cutest little thing. Wait, this way. And then we'll just put a little more glue here. And attach it right in the middle of that. Oh my God, that is like, okay, yeah, that's like really cute. Use this to push it in here. Make sure it attaches. Okay, here we go. And there she is. I think that was worth putting lipstick on for. I don't know about you guys, but she's kind of a gorgeous girl. Wait, which way? Oh, that way. No. Oh. Woo, cake cam. I can't get this to go where it's supposed to go. What the hell? There. Sort of. Anyway, be sure to check these out on the site. I'm really excited about them. I'm dying to see what people do with them, especially, where's my piece of white paper? Especially this one, because I believe that if you use it and wrap the cake with it, that you can probably go in and paint with cocoa butter or poppy paints to make the flowers kind of pretty colors. So I'm pretty excited about that one. I'm gonna be doing a video shortly with these as tiles, because then if you cut them out as actual tiles, you can put them on any iced cake randomly wherever you want. And I'm also gonna make some matching cookies. So, so we've got all sorts of great things coming. Don't forget, these are called chocolate transfer sheets. And I'll have a link to them in the newsletter, so sign up for our newsletter if you don't already. Love you guys.